Constructing a modern, high-performance home in British Columbia requires organizing 200 tons of raw material and thousands of hours of specialized human labor. Comparing an identical blueprint quoted 2 years apart, a custom residential build estimated at $350,000 in March 2024 requires over $400,000 today. That is $50,000 of missing capital on the exact same plans. This 15% price climb represents a shift in the British Columbia market that has moved well beyond the temporary supply chain disruptions of previous years. To figure out exactly where that extra capital is going, we have to look past the top-line estimates and track the variance down to the individual line items on a general contractor's ledger. Success in the 2026 construction landscape requires moving past outdated assumptions to account for the specific mathematical requirements of the current market. The largest portion of a residential budget is dedicated to hard costs, the physical materials and the human effort required to frame the walls and pull the wiring. 3 consecutive increases to the provincial minimum wage, capping at $18.25, have elevated the base pay for all entry-level construction labor and general cleanup crews. This graph maps trade wage trajectories. In 2024, a framer's baseline rate sat around $22. By mid-2026, the provincial average reached $29. High-growth markets create steep premiums. Nanaimo framers command $32, while Vancouver Island electricians peak past $63. These rates are driven by a shortage of qualified technicians capable of designing and installing complex heat pump systems and modern rainwater management infrastructure. While high-volume wood commodities have softened in price recently, trade tariffs and policy barriers have kept the costs of structural steel and finishing inputs rigid. Looking at this split pie chart isolating the budget variance, labor escalation drove an 8 to 12% increase in total project costs. Physical materials accounted for only 4 to 7%. Human capital has overtaken physical supplies as the most dominant and volatile hard cost risk on any job site in the province. Long before a shovel ever touches the dirt, a project must survive the soft costs. This phase of development has become significantly more expensive over the last 24 months. Effective October 1, 2026, the British Columbia government expanded the Provincial Sales Tax, applying a 7% levy directly onto architectural, engineering, and geoscience services. This tax attaches to all mandatory consulting, from structural sign-offs to environmental assessments and energy code compliance reports. On a multi-million-dollar development, professional fees stretch into the hundreds of thousands. Adding 7% to every one of those invoices removes tens of thousands of dollars from the project budget. This upstream taxation depletes a developer's contingency capital during the paperwork phase, eroding the financial safety net months before physical construction begins. Beyond fixed expenses, a project's viability often hinges on the compounding cost of time and municipal administrative friction. Across British Columbia, administrative backlogs have extended the timeline required to secure standard building permit approvals. This curve tracks the financial impact of a delay. Every day a site sits idle, the developer pays a carrying cost, servicing interest debt. A 3-month permitting delay generates enough loan interest to completely offset any savings earned by negotiating lower material prices. Layers of new regulation, like the Zero Carbon Step Code, require more complex design revisions, which further extend these approval wait times at the city desk. These administrative pauses cascade onto the job site. When a permit is late, developers miss their locked-in windows with specialized subcontractors, resulting in further schedule deterioration as they wait for trades to become available again. Time is an aggressive, compounding expense that bleeds equity out of a project every single day. The industry standard of a 10% contingency budget has proven insufficient in the current macroeconomic environment. To absorb the combined impact of labor premiums, new professional service taxes, and municipal carrying costs, builders now require a baseline contingency of 15 to 20%. Financial survival relies on budgeting for the administrative timelines that actually exist at City Hall, rather than the timelines a developer hopes for. When forecasting is accurate and risks are properly capitalized, the result is a completed custom home that stands secure despite economic turbulence. Comment your project's budget range below for a reality check on current costs, and visit silentstory.ca to start your strategic planning.